or outdoor atmosphere. So, and here is the downstairs. So let me take a seat here and chat with you guys for a second. So it's one of the main streets in downtown Mexico City. I'm not too far from the National Palace, and we are here for a weeks-long meeting with government officials. I didn't get vetted in time, so I got my production team, Lyle Howery, who's my lead producer for La Matadora, and Kevin Robinson, who represents his company, Vibrant Visions, live entertainment and concerts, and he's the one that brought the idea to the government of Mexico about a film, and so they invited me to come down here and make a movie. I answered that call, that invite, by creating the screenplay with T.C. DeWitt. I hired him to screenplay, map out, and script out the storyline that I created for La Matadora. And that took only a weekend and a half to completely have a full script. Also, within that 2.5 week period, inside of 20 days, I had not only the script, but the budget, the film shoot schedule, everything done that would take normally a year to put together. We did it in 20 days. So that's how fast the call to action was met when they asked me to come down and make a movie down there. That was in the beginning first week of March, and before March was over, I had everything done with this project. So if that's not producing, I don't know what is. I mean, people really doubt that I'm a producer. So it will be said by my actions. And my point being is that what we got done with my team and me learning and knowing when to step out of the way and not trip over anything myself, I hired Lyle Howery from Skinfly Entertainment to go ahead and be the lead producer in front of me. So this way we can get things done much faster, and things were happening so fast anyways. I had to regress, get out of the way, and put somebody that's got more than 200 film credits under his belt in front of me. So it is he and J.K. Robinson that are meeting with the government officials, and we're here now talking funding scenarios. If anything, I don't tout myself as a filmmaker, producer. I'm more of what they call a producer, but the executive level or executive producers handle all the purse strings and finances. I bring money to my projects, and as such, I have a couple announcements I want to make here from Mexico City. So let me just little ambiance here, and get away from all the street noise and go back into the lobby here. So I'm down here in Mexico City all week long, and we are here on a special economic bilateral, meaning the U.S. Is involved with economic trade talks, business-wide trade talks, B2B, they call it business to business. And the idea is to collaborate on things going on in the United States. But one big thing that I'm finding out as I do my research, the film industry is huge down here in Mexico. That's why they asked me to come down here. And it is no wonder why they're getting ready to make money moves and power moves in cinema, and that my feature film is going to be showcased as paving the way for a renaissance going on in cinema in Mexico. So the idea is for me to bring a movie down here into Mexico, produce it down here, and make it a Mexican made film so they can exploit it to the rest of the world and get Academy Awards. This film is already under the press releases that have been generated so far. Everyone is talking Oscars buzz. Anyone that has read the script, that's all we have right now, and we're already at Oscars level buzz talk. So I can't wait till we start filming. We'll start filming as soon as we reach an agreement here this week with the government officials. And I always say government officials. We're at the highest level of government, which includes the ministries or the ministers of economics here. They're the ones that have the ability to issue government grants from public funding to sponsor filmmaking. So what I'm putting together and I'm gathering is that there's several, I was going to call them tax credits. They're not tax rebates. There's cash rebates in the form of them calling them refunds. So the idea is for me to come down here, produce the movie in Mexico so that Mexico can exploit it to the rest of the world as a product of Mexico, number one. Because of that, I qualify for a grant, government funding. And that grant is just like in the grants that you're hearing in the news back over in the U.S., that the Trump administration is pulling grants from colleges and research abilities. Those are government grants. Those are monies that don't have to be paid back. Same principle here. I get a grant from the government of Mexico and make a movie here. So I'll get that. Then I get incentives to come down here and produce the movie and hire local talent, hire Mexican directors and filmmakers and talent and Mexican film crews. And they're very capable because Mexico is advancing so fast in the film industry. That's why Netflix funded them $1 billion earlier this year. And this is why we're down here. There's a lot of money being poured into cinema right now, and I'm helping pave that way through our next project. And this project is such of a cultural entity of a film project. It meets all the standards, and it's kind of ironic how I really feel blessed. I really feel blessed that God's hand is in this, because coincidentally, ironically, I've stumbled upon some stuff this year that for 2025 that all I have to do is look up and just praise God for everything that's been bestowed upon me. Earlier this year, I was accepted an appointment to work with Exodus Entertainment Bancorp. That's the company name that I onboarded an appointment for. Get this. My title's dubbed Director of Culture, People and Culture. And it's an interesting title. It took me a while to accept it, but apparently my CEO, Kevin Kinsey from Exodus, gave me that title when he saw a similar ad in the industry from Warner Brothers, the studio. They were putting it out there that they were looking to fulfill a position of people and culture. And he thought that title suited me very well. And it does. And if you think about it, I'm taking that to the nth degree by saying the people and culture director of it gives me that ability to be an executive admin at Exodus Entertainment, and yet not to be so lofty or out of touch with the people, but as an executive in the movie industry at a studio, that I have my ear to the ground and I'm at the people level. I'm not some lofty executive, as I was saying. And the cultural part is that I represent that. So my eye and ears and mind are open to what's trending, what's culturally moving in a direction that represents culture, and anything that's rich in this area, I am naturally attracting. So me being here in Mexico, doing the things that are very there's a lineage of ancient history that still prevails and permeates through today in our architecture and stuff. I mean, the United States is coming up on a bicentennial next year of what, 250 years in existence as a government, when Mexico was founded, at least the way we know it today, more than 500 years ago. So it's a little bit older than the United States. So it's culturally rich here with heritage, and I got my eyes and ears open for all of that. The things that I'm doing to generate content of my home area